everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're back doing another Guilds of Ravnica Intermediate Swiss Draft League. We open Knight of Autumn, which is a very efficient card. It's also very versatile. So 3 mana 4/3 or 3 mana 2/1 destroy an artifact or enchantment or gain 4 life. It's got a lot of abilities tied together, which I think make it a worthy first pick here. Otherwise, it's probably pretty close with Rock Charger. This card was basically a common in core set, but they had to make it an uncommon in this format because of all the mentor, I imagine. Great card. Also Luminous Bond, strong removal. And those are the only 3 picks I'm really looking at as far as first pick go, but I wouldn't even honestly, I think at a PTQ you might even want to take the Rock Charger because I really do think this card is that strong in this format, but I'm just going to take the Knight of Autumn because it's worth a couple tickets, but it also is a really good card too. I want to see how good. Ooh, follow-up pick. Now we could take a Rock Charger. Otherwise, we have Integrity and Intervention. This card is really good, too. That is really good. Might be worthy of a pick. Rock Charger is pretty strong, though. Rock Charger keeps with Knight of Autumn a little bit better as well. And Selesnya, I feel like, doesn't get a ton of evasion. So it is kind of helpful in that respect. Plus, they get all the fatties. It kind of makes sense to me to take the Charger here. But I do think Integrity Intervention is a very strong card as well. Price of Fame is very good. Some pretty premium removal. Abzan is also a deck. Maybe Kill Anything is better than a Rock Charger now that I think about it, even if I'm just staying on color with the Knight of Autumn. It's early enough where I'm just going to take the best card here, which I think is the Price of Fame. Deal with Anything is pretty good. Tough to deny that. Best card here. I like the Guild Mage a lot. Does not work with the Price of Fame, but can theoretically be in the same deck as Knight of Autumn. Otherwise, Whispering Snitch, Hired Poisoner. All of these are reasonable options. Best card is probably the Guild Mage. Just because you can kill your opponent with it in a pinch. Just nuke them out. Tap down creatures. Pretty versatile. Probably the most exciting card in here. I think the Swarm Guild Mage is actually a good card too. I think the Legion Guild Mage is probably better. It's tough to say. I think both abilities on the Legion Guild Mage are pretty good, whereas the Swarm Guild Mage, the gaining 2 life is not as exciting. Well, just past Ashura Symbol, huh? Yeah, this card is like total insane bomb. Very surprised to see it 4th pick. So we can just take it, and I mean that just might be the sign we need to go ahead and go down this Selesnya path hard. Okay, here I think we take the Centaur over the Stray, and I love Stray too, but I've been really impressed with the Centaur. I feel like you almost always end up paying 4 mana for a 4/4 Vigilance, which is really good. Very good cost, and occasionally you can get it for 3, which is obviously better. So let's just assume that we're going to be Selesnya because we're getting 4th pick Ashura Symbol, which is, I would think, almost always a first pick. There's not a ton of things I would take over a first pick a symbol. Maybe some foil mythic. Sworn Companion's kind of perfect for this deck. Works really well with the Centaur, obviously, and any other Convoke creature, as well as Team Pumps. Otherwise, there's a Find Broker in here, and a Crushing Canopy for sideboard, but let's take the Companions happily. Alright, so now we have a Wood Shaper or a Shield Mate or Crawl Forager. I think we'll take the Wood Shaper. I like it. I've been pretty impressed with Wood Shaper. Shield Mate's cheaper, but I think it's a little more replaceable, even though it does actually have Vigilance, which is the Convoke mechanic of choice. So Join Shields, I'm not really sold on this card being that good, but Righteous Blow, I actually don't love Righteous Blow either. that much, to be honest, but I think we'll take it here. It can deal with some things in a pinch. Okay, we can take the Scout now. We'll take the cheap thing that helps us convoke. It also randomly has evasion sometimes. All that is good. Okay, I'll pretty happily take a Pitiless Gorgon here over a Pack Beast. A little color intensive, seeing as it's double green in a Selesnya deck, but Death Touch is a nice, nice green commodity in this format. So we can take the Uprising as like a splash card. I'm actually okay with that. To me, that makes more sense than splashing the Guild Mage, just because it's like a removal spell that kind of works well when you have a ton of creatures. Okay, Recluse seems perfectly fine for what we're trying to do. Stops the onslaught of flyers, occasionally lets us convoke some things out. Okay, getting the Canopy back is a good sign. We'll take that for sideboard. Guess we'll take the, well, I'll take the wand because it's uncommon. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Last pick, black card. That's okay. Dawn of Hope. I think this card is actually really good. This card is sweet. Conclave Tribunal is some removal. I really like this Dawn of Hope, though. I think this card is really cool. Really cool way to get to just something to do in the late game. Something to do with excess mana. Really rewards you for a lot of excess mana, which I like. The Patrol is very good for this deck. The Companion would be good. The Take Heart would be good. I'm happy with a lot of cards in this, but we're going to take this over the removal. I've only played against this once, but I was very impressed. It's a good card. Gird for Battle, I like a lot. I like it more than a Blade Instructor, I think. There is some fixing here. Portcullis Vine is a great card for the Undergrowth deck, but I guess it's actually perfectly fine for Selesnya too. Helps you get to your Convoke stuff, but we'll take the Gird for Battle. I really do like this card. I think it's powerful. It's a good 1-mana effect. Obviously works very well with Mentor, which is not this color scheme's mechanic, but still. I'm sure it works well in this deck as well. Easily taking Siege Worm here. Good top-end card. Okran, or Okran, however you pronounce it, Assassin, is a really nice card. But I think we're looking at Vigor Spore Worm. We could take the Boros Guildgate if there's something that we want to splash. I'm trying to think, what are the chances? Like, this is not the card of choice for us. It is actually just a good card in general, but I think we're going to take the Guildgate. My thinking is we're going to end up with enough playables, and if there is a red card I want to splash, I'm not sure that that card would be the Legion Guildmage, but if there's something in red I want to splash, it's nice to have a Guildgate, and I don't think passing a Vigor Spore Worm is very costly to us. Chamber Sentry. I played against this card recently, if you'll recall, and I was very impressed with it. I actually really do like this card. Problem is, I guess it's nice that we have the Guildgate now, so we could theoretically pay more than one color for it. Otherwise, we could take the Patrol, which is evasive. It works well with the Sworn Companions. There's also a Pax Favor, which is a great card too. We could pick up like Golgari Guildgates. I don't know if playing Gates just so I can power out a little bit better Chamber Sentry is exactly the plan I want to go for. It's kind of cool, but I think I'd rather just take a Patrol. Patrol's going to definitely make the deck, and it's just a nice way for Selesnya to go right over top and win. And it just makes your little dudes better too, especially if you can pump it. So we could take a second Gorgon, or we could take another Boros Guildgate. I think we take a second Gorgon over the Ceratok as well. Like I said, it's going to add a little bit of color intensity to our deck, but I've been really impressed with the Pitiless Gorgon and the Poisoner for that matter too, which we can't even play. Might of the Masses, fantastic card, exactly what our deck is looking for. We're going to take it over the Siege Worm and the Selesnya Guildgate. I love Might of the Masses. Excellent, easy way to win. Hunted Witness is a good card. I think it's better with Mentor. Gateway Plaza actually works well with that Chamber Sentry too. But we'll take the Hunted Witness over the Guildgate as well. It's just more ways to get our Convoke down early. I like that it sort of clogs the board a little bit. We're going to take Sworn Companions over Take Heart. I think the Companions in general is very good. Take Heart is nice because we just don't have much removal. We have basically a Righteous Blow, a Might of the Masses, but Sworn Companions with Might of the Masses just makes sense to me anyway. So we can take the Guildgate now. Yeah, in fact, we're not even passing anything for it, so that makes sense. I think we'll just cut the white card. Got the Vigor Spore Worm back. We'll take it. Could make the deck. It's actually totally possible that it could make the deck. Oh, that's interesting. We got the Sentry back. That's really surprising. This card is never bad. If you're paying 2 mana for a 2/2 that you can just throw counters, I'm definitely taking over Pax Favor. That's pretty surprising, actually. Now we, I guess, have enough incentive to just play the Boros Guildgate. I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, this card is good. Even if you can't return it, it's good. Underrealm Lich. 5 mana 4/3. If you would draw a card, look at the top 3, put one in your hand, rest in your graveyard, and you can make it gain indestructible. Probably not worth anything. It's worth checking since it's a mythic. 47 cents. Now, I think we'll take the Affectionate Indrik here. There is a Flower Flourish. You know how I feel about this card. I really do like it, but I think we'd rather have the Indrik get some removal. It's a great card. I love the 2-for-1 potential of this card. Comes in, big body, kill something. Can't really go wrong with that. I'd easily play that over Vigor Spore Worm, especially given that we've got these sort of token-based creature cards like the Sworn Companions and the Symbol. So really, we're rocking like 15 creatures right now. We'll take the Indrik, though. We do want some more cheap creatures, if possible. Shieldmate seems like a wise pickup for us. Rampaging Monument is actually pretty good for us. We have, is it spell or creature? Spell. So we have 6 already. That's not bad. You cast 1 and you get a 4/4 Trampler. I do want some more cheap things for this deck, but we actually only have 2 Convoke cards so far. I think I'm going to go with the Monument. I've played against this card a few times and I was pretty impressed. Maybe we wheel a Boros Guildgate if... Maybe. I don't know. But I'll take the Monument. We probably don't play the Ceratok, or would like to not play the Ceratok. I don't have a problem with it. I just think we can probably find better. I would prefer to not even play the Righteous Blow, but we'll see if we can find enough good stuff in the meantime here. Well, Circuitous Route does work well with the Chamber Sentry, but for the most part, I'm kind of not blown away by that card. I wouldn't just jam it in a deck just for the sake of powering out a better Chamber Sentry. That doesn't seem wise. There is a Golgari Guildgate, which also helps with the Sentry, but for us, it's either Pax Favor or Patrol number 2. I think we're going Patrol number 2. We have Double Sworn Companion. We have the Hunted Witness plus token. We have the Dawn of Hope. We have a lot of things that we can mentor and make better. Even the Recluse is kind of cool with it. And just evasion in general. Selesnya does not get a lot of evasion. And taking a Boros card, I think that's... Honestly, it's just as good. Maybe even better for Selesnya because of the Vigilance with the Convoke. But we'll take it over the Pax Favor. Hopefully we'll get another Pax Favor back. That would be nice. Here is a bit of a mess. We probably just take the Collar the Culprit. Actually, no, never mind. We'll take the Take Heart. I would play Take Heart over Righteous Blow almost in any deck, I would think. Even in Boros, I would rather have Take Heart. I'm just not sold on Righteous Blow yet being a main deck. I mean, you can certainly main deck it. I guess I'm trying to say I'm not happily main decking Righteous Blow. I'm happy to sideboard into it if I'm playing against something where it's going to payoff, have big payoff for us. Take the Harpooner here over the Guildgate. That's going to help our curve quite a bit. Blade Instructor. Collar the Culprit is a sideboard card. Demotion's not what we're looking for. We'll take the Instructor. It makes sense, actually. It's very good with the Patrol. It's good with the Companion. It's good with actually more things in our deck than Patrol, quite frankly. So I'm fine with that. Another opportunity to get Joined Shields. I guess we'll sideboard into it if there's some reason. I'm not going to play a Restorer. I don't need it. I don't think it's a very good card. And I'm not going to main deck Joined Shields, but it's nice to have it as a sideboard option. So here we can take the Vine. I think it's fine. I don't think it's better than any creature that we already have, though. So this right now I'm perfectly content with this as a deck. I would have liked some more multicolored spells for Monument, but I can settle for 6 or whatever it is. Well, maybe it'll go up to 7. Do we want to play 3 Gorgons? We do start to get pretty green intensive at that point, but it may be the wisest pick for us. I could probably play it over a Recluse and not be super upset about that. I'd probably rather have the Death Touch, and I can sideboard into Hitch Claw Recluse if I have to. Maybe another Canopy for sideboard. We're not going to play the Utopia. We don't have space for it, even though it is good with Sentry, and we don't need a bigger Spore Worm. I think we're good on basically everything in this deck. Pax Favor is a good pickup for us. The fact that you can play this for free is a big deal. We're not going to play the Portcullis Vine. We already have one in sideboard, but I am going to try and find space for this Pax Favor. I think that's in our best interest. I guess I'll take a Vigor Spore Worm. We don't need it. Seeing it that late is kind of surprising because it's just good. Do we have 3 Crushing Canopies? Yeah, wow. Well, Flyers and Enchantments don't have a chance against us post-sideboard. I'll tell you that. So we didn't get a lot of action to help with the Chamber Sentry, but once again, I can't stress enough that this card is just good. You pay 2 mana for a 2/2 that can just spit out damage at anything. This card is great. I'm shocked to see how late it went. Any deck would want this card. I don't know why it would ever go as far as it did. Admittedly, I picked something over it the first time around, but I don't even remember what I picked now. Maybe I should remember that. Where did it go, by the way? Did it just disappear? Oh, it went way over here. Okay, so we have to make a cut because I think we are a 17 land deck. And we did not get the, what's it called? I always play it too. The thing that finds the plains in the forest and then pumps your team for +2/+2, whatever. Whatever that card's called. We didn't see that. So Gird for Battle does seem a bit out of place in here, but because we have the patrols, I'm kind of feeling it. I feel like it's very good, potentially. But we are looking for a final cut here. So we have like 19. We can cut a creature. We have 19 creatures. It might actually just be the Blade Instructor. We have 19 creatures if you include, yeah. I like the Blade Instructor in here, but I feel like you can never really have enough 1 and 2 drops in most decks, and this is no exception. And we want like the Witness and the Scout. Scout is probably pretty weak in our deck because we're not beat down, but occasionally just randomly flies in late game, trades early, helps us power out Vigilance stuff. Rampaging Monument I think is actually fine in this deck now. We have 7 cards that powered up, and as long as it's a 4/4, you're good. And if anything after that, it's definitely done its job. So I like this deck. I think it looks good. We ended up with quite a few rares, right? We got the Chamber Sentry, the Knight of Autumn, the Ashura Symbol. Was that it? Oh, the Dawn of Hope. So 4 rares, all very good. Some card advantage. We didn't get any strays, but we got 1 Wood Shaper. And actually, Wood Shaper can randomly find Dawn of Hope, which is kind of cool too. We ended up with enough tricks and removal. Well, no removal. Well, that's not true. I guess we have the Indrik as removal, but we also have Might of the Masses, Take Heart, Pax Favor. These are all good tricks. And we have the Death Touch to stop fatties on the ground that we can't otherwise deal with. I think our late game plan is certainly fine. I like this deck. I think it looks good. Pretty good curve. Could be better. Could run into some green issues. We have a lot of double green. Thankfully, no double white. That actually makes the mana base a lot easier to work with here. We're just going to be doing an extra forest, which they also agree with. So, oh, they're like, do you want to put swamps in there? No, no, thank you. So 9 green, and this is 9 green, 9 white. I think we actually want to do 10 green, 8 white, because we really want to stick that Pitiless Gorgon on turn 3. It's important on turn 3. It's fine in the mid to late as well, but you want to have that death touch sometimes early, because especially with the Mentor decks, they can get beefed up pretty quick. So 9-8, or 10-8 rather, seems good to me. I like it. Good looking deck. Quite a few cheap white spells, admittedly, but like I said, I think we really gotta kind of work towards making sure we can get that double green on turn 3. That's a big deal, having 3 double green cards in our deck at 3 mana. Really fun looking deck. Good creature count, 18 creatures if you include the Sworn Companions and the Assure symbol, which I do. So cool. Looks like fun. This is how we'll play it. We'll see you round 1. Round 1. Won the die roll. Playing first. I think we keep this. White mana really makes this hand super strong. And if we don't get white mana and we just keep ripping green, I guess at least we can protect ourselves a little bit with the Pitiless Gorgon here. So ideal draw is Plains off the top, because that lets us go, I guess, like Witness into Companion or Gorgon into Centaur, and then set up for a pretty nice Might of the Masses. Okay, getting the white mana is good news, so we'll play the Gorgon instead now that we've seen the Passwall Adept. And that actually lets us play Hunted Witness and Rosemane Centaur next turn, which is pretty good. Narcomoeba? I absolutely was not expecting to see that. It is a 2-mana 1/1 most of that's not true. It's a surveil card. It is a surveil card. It's kind of cool. I've never actually seen it played in limited. That's a good draw. Jeez. All right, let's go let's do the plan here. So we go Witness, Centaur, pass. Ooh, Etrata. It's a strong one. So we actually have a choice here. We can do the Gird for Battle. But it probably makes more sense to go for the Might of the Masses play. So let's just play the Sworn Companions and we attack with Team here. Because I think they might even block with Etrata. I wonder if playing the Sworn Companions telegraphed Might of the Masses more. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I guess attacking with Hunted Witness kind of telegraphs it, doesn't it? So I don't want to play Might of the Masses to kill a pass wall adept. So they played around it successfully. We'll give them credit where it's due. Blood Operative, okay. Thankfully, we can't pull anything out of our graveyard anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. So here we probably go... I think that we go... I think we go Scout... Gird for battle. I kind of want to pump the Scout, though. That makes more sense to me. So we'll probably pump Scout plus a Soldier here. And then I think that we attack with Gorgon and the 2/2 Soldier. And I think they're going to just trade their operative for the Gorgon, which is okay. I still really don't want to have to use a Might of the Masses on Adept, but we'll see. They might Surveil and get it back here, which should be a little bit costly to us, but not the end of the world. They kind of break even, I guess. But I guess they get something off the board too, so it's pretty good for them, quite frankly. Blood Operative is just really good in that spot in particular. I didn't have to trade Pitiless Gorgon for it either, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm going to end up kicking myself for not trading Might of the Masses for the Pass Wall Adept, but we'll see. Currently our opponent has card advantage over us, so that makes things a little more challenging, but we have some pretty impressive cards in our deck. Some pretty big tide turners here. Granted, we don't have them, but they are absolute potential cards that would be helpful here. Okay, so we'll do Gorgon number 2. Alright, I guess we'll get in there. I don't even have to pay the 2. I guess we do, so... Because I don't... Otherwise I'm keeping up Might of the Masses, which isn't bad, but I don't think we need to. And once again, I really don't want to have to use Might of the Masses, if possible. So I guess we don't have to trade Pitiless Gorgon now. We can... They can pay the 3 mana, though, with the operative, can't they? Because of Adept. That does present a problem. Ooh, that's a good rip. That is a good rip. The problem is I won't be able to attack with the Skyline Scout. I think we're just going to have to be okay with that, quite frankly. So They have to use 3 mana a turn to do a 6-point life swing. And we've got all the life linkers. I think we're just going to go patrol here. And I could Might of the Masses if I wanted. But I really think it's going to be more beneficial as an extra 6 damage out of nowhere. Is what I'm thinking. I mean, I can swing with everything here. And can kill the Adept. It gets a blocker off the board. It's a choice I can make. They probably block a 1/1. They know we have Might of the Masses, too. That doesn't necessarily matter. I guess we get in with the Soldier and the Gorgon here. I just don't think that we need the Gorgon. And though it is costing us a little bit, it's not enough of a cost where I really care, I think. Like I said, they have to use 3 mana. They have to use 3 mana to make it unblockable, but I guess I'm not even going to let them do that. If you would draw a card, look at the top 3, put 1 in your hand, the rest in your graveyard, and then you can give that indestructible. Okay. It doesn't have flying, so I guess I don't care. Oh, that's a great draw. I mean, I guess I can't do it yet. This might be the right opportunity to get in with like I can Might of the Masses and get in with these 2. And that's 7. It's 11 damage. Yeah, we do that. Yeah. And actually what's amazing is we can still protect our... That's just really good. We got to do this. So we go Might of the Masses. Oh no, they left back their Narco Amoeba. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're not taking the damage I wanted them to, but we get our Mentor bonus. Yeah, that wasn't as good as I wanted. It's still okay. So they're going to block the patrol, but maybe getting the bonus damage in the air matters. I totally didn't even, I don't know why I didn't see the Narco Amoeba. I've been getting attacked by it the whole game. I guess the thing is, if they try and kill my scout, I can make it indestructible. That is an actual kind of a big deal. And they kind of have to deal with our scout. Okay, so they're going to be able to get back their blood operative here. It looks as though that Passwall Adept is going to be able to do some work for him here. If I can resolve this as symbol now, it might be all we need, quite frankly. Oh, this might even put them dead if they don't have a Do we hope that they don't have the... Oh, they're playing something else. Dispersal targeting. Oh, our patrol. So I guess I'll discard the Assura symbol. Oh no, but we're short on the mana now to give flight plus play the patrol, huh? That makes it a little more challenging too. Oh, never mind. Perfect. They conceded. That's actually kind of surprising. They didn't even think they could find something, huh? All right. Despite my small mistake, I don't know how big of a mistake it was. I mean, it was obviously a mistake. It wasn't what I thought it would do, but it did give us that extra 1 mentor damage was kind of a big deal. But yeah, that's not what I wanted to happen. So this can deal with a yeah, that's not exciting enough, is it? So we don't need the crushing canopies. They didn't show us any removal. Righteous Blow doesn't seem that exciting. It does deal with their 3/1 guy. I don't know if that matters. We probably just stick to the same game plan here. I think we're looking pretty good. We can keep this. This hand needs some help, but I think we do keep it. This hand needs a green mana pretty badly, but I guess we have 10. 10 sources, right? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Turn 2 Chamber Sentry, turn 3 Knight of Autumn, turn 4 Parhelion Patrol. Parhelion Patrol with Chamber Sentry is actually nuts. So in fact, any mentor card is really nuts with the Sentry. That's really cool. What a great card. Or you know what else is great with it? Gird for Battle. That's really cool. I got to make sure we resolve that Gird for Battle on the Parhelion Patrol, though, I think. That's a bigger priority to me. All right, Dimir Locket. Cool. I can just Knight of Autumn that, too. Oh, we're totally doing that. I don't even have to. I could get the counters instead, but I kind of like this. This is just mean. Body plus blow up your thing. The Parhelion Patrol with Sentry is really cool synergy. Granted, you have to attack to be able to mentor, so you're not going to be able to get the value all the time, are you? Okay, Muse Drake makes sense here. I think that this might call for a Gird for Battle. We can get in for 6. That's a lot of damage. I just feel like we're in a pretty decent aggro position here, so we should probably be just attacking for a lot of damage. Okay. I don't think we have any other... We do have the thing to blow up enchantments out of sideboard if it comes to that, which is not a bad plan. I don't think we have any more enchantment outs, though. Okay. Hmm. That's actually a little bit odd. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So, we gotta burn our Pax Favor, unfortunately. And we're officially out of gasoline, which is not great either. But, once again, I feel I'm not doing my duty unless I stress. We have about 1,000 bajillion cards that are amazing draws here, ranging from Woodshaper to another patrol to a Centaur to an Ashura symbol to an Affectionate Indrik to a Siege Worm to even I would settle for Sworn Companions. We can get on top of them as well. Yeah, we have just a metric ton of cards that are good here. So it looks like they're going to be able to get their operative back, but this would be a good time to draw the Sworn Companions. Or like I said, Rosemane Centaur or Affectionate Indrik would be excellent as well. Ooh, Gorgon. That helps. Okay. I guess we block. Alright. We're getting good rips. I mean, anything other than a land at this point is probably a good rip. Pretty safe to say. And I guess we pretty desperately want to... We definitely want to sandbag our lands in case of the dispersal thing. I guess they already played one, but I don't know, in case they have another. Okay, Whisper Agent, sure. Okay. So they've drawn pretty well here. They've had pretty much all of the important cards that they've needed to have, which does put us in a more challenging position here. They needed to have removal, they had it. They needed to have the surveil, they had it. So they've had the important stuff. We've drawn well too, but they're basically just winning through value now. So we need one of our extremely powerhouse cards, which once again, I'm not even going to go through them all because it would take too long of how many good cards we have in this situation. That would just be incredible and probably just win us the game. Yeah, they've had the good stuff. They've just had real good stuff time and time again here. All right, that was the important turn. That was the turn where we still could have actually turned the tide there, but not anymore. Now it's done. In fact, we're actually dead. That's crazy. All right. Surprising loss. I feel like we were doing good that entire time, and then we lost. It was one of those games where you're like, we're doing good, we're doing good, we're doing good. Somehow we lost. Done. What do we cut? I don't like that they put Sentry up there. So we've got to cut something for this canopy, because I think we want to deal with that. This has enough targets where I definitely want to play it. What do we... I can't even... I actually can't believe we lost that. Knight of Autumn. We even got the body plus the destroy a target. Yeah, that's crazy. Do we cut like a take heart? The Gorgons aren't great here, but no, they attack into the barriers and pass wall it up and stuff. I think we want to keep them around. I guess we'll cut a take heart. I can't decide, so that's what we'll cut. So they're slow. Do we want to play second? We're not beat down. We are value. I almost feel like we want to draw. I don't know. That's a tough choice, and it's important too. That's why it is tough for me here. I think I'm going to draw. My thinking is we have enough late game where we can win through value. So I think drawing is going to be better. We'll find out though. Okay, they put a City Watch Sphinx in the graveyard. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw. So let's go Dawn of Hope here. So I guess once again we can get an opportunity to blow up a locket or whatever, if it comes to that. Demir Spybug. Well, I guess we can crush and canopy that if we have to. But until then, we can just Knight of Autumn as well. It's not worth holding out on Knight of Autumn until we can gain 4 and draw a card. So we'll just put a 4/3 out. They're also missing a land drop, which makes me feel like our decision to go second was a good one. Okay. Got the removal off. We can follow up with a Parhelion Patrol, and I guess at worst we can just start spitting out some 1/1 lifelinkers, which can't be bad. With some card draw. Ripping all the lands is good for us too. If we can rip more, that would be ideal. The more the merrier now with Dawn of Hope. More land, it doesn't matter how many lands we draw. Dawn of Hope is only going to get better. 6 is definitely the magic number, because then you get Spit Soldier plus draw card. Alright, Mirror Locket. So now they have the fixing they need. They should have attacked there. I'm glad that they forgot that they have Menace. So Woodshaper, I don't feel like we need because we want to draw lands. So we probably just attack with Patrol. And I guess we play the Gorgon because even though I can make a lifelinker here, there's a good chance they just follow up with a creature. So to me, it makes more sense to just get a Death Touch guy that can attack in there. Alright, opponent goes Spinal Centipede. And presumably pass after that. Uh-oh, Prey Upon? Bummer. Okay. Want to land here pretty bad. Did not get it though. So I guess we'll just play a Centaur and then we'll pass. Okay. Still can't get that land, huh? Alright. So they'll take it, and we'll play a Sworn Companions, I guess, and pass. I try to Exiles too, so Indestructible is pretty meaningless. Man, it's too bad for us they saw their Mythic all 3 games. Finally see that land. I wish it didn't take so long. Because it's a lot more precarious position that we're in now. I'm not exactly sure what we can even do so much anymore. It really did just take that long. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the plan is anymore. We probably have to canopy this because we're even losing the race, which is sad. So, they have to pay 4 life if they want to make that indestructible, but that seems completely irrelevant here. I guess we get in with our soldiers, pay 2 to draw a card, and then the plan is to crush and canopy a Dimir Spybug. I guess that's the plan. I'm not quite sure what else to do. Very disappointed. Um, could draw another card, but I think that we probably need to deal with that Spybug, probably. And then next turn, maybe we slam the symbol and hope that can, I guess, do some work for us. I mean, I guess I mean, the Affectionate Indrik does deal with the Dimir Spybug as well, but I may need to deal with the next creature that they play here. Like this Blood Operative, for example. Okay, I guess we can Indrik that. So I could attack with the Gorgon and make them pay 4. I don't think so. To me, it makes more sense to get a bigger army going. Okay. I mean, thankfully, Blood Operative's not that big of a deal this game. Mostly because we've got all the Dawn of Hope stuff you could ask for. So we'll always be able to block it, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make here. I think we probably just resolve a symbol on our turn, so we don't have to worry about counter spells. Use Drake, okay. We know that one of the cards in their hand is that if you would draw a card instead, man, that's good. That's such a good card. Guess it's mythic for a reason. All right, we know what the last card is at least in their hand, but I mean, they get to just filter everything. It's pretty incredible, actually. Hmm. So we can do the symbol now. Get the army. We can start spitting out soldiers. We probably... I think we assemble. Do we want to instant speed it? Probably not. Let's even though we know what the last card is, they could technically draw a counter spell, so might as well just get the 2/2 dudes down now. Because I'm not entirely convinced they're going to attack in on us. I guess they could with the Muse Drake, but we can swing back for a pretty good amount. And I guess if we're gaining life off and drawing cards off Dawn of Hope, we're probably okay too. Probably. Cashing in the locket, so they get to... What do they get to do? Look at the top 6? Just fill the graveyard up. Dig in for whatever crazy card they're looking for. Pass while adept, that makes sense. So we can gird for battle. And still spit out, let's see, draw plus that plus gird. Yeah, we can do everything. So maybe we pump the Indrik and one of our vigilance guys. Okay. So we'll pass. We'll leave up the Dawn of Hope. And get their Narco Amoeba. Maybe I should have attacked the Gorgon too, in hindsight. Oh yeah, they can kill us with a Trotta. I forgot about that. It's pretty sweet, actually. Pass while adept. Huh. I think we just make this block here, double block here. We won't get to draw the card. I don't think that matters. So, can just do a bunch of Gorgons. How much mana do we have? 8? 3, 6. Or we can do the... I think we get in with all these. We can block with a Trotta, but we may want to get some damage in here. Feel as though we definitely can just lose to Extrata, though. I guess my opponent has not a ton of time left, but let's see if they have enough to do everything they need to do here. It doesn't seem like they do. Alright. Well, we ended up getting the match through time. I'll take it, because I'm not sure if they had the time. I feel as though we would have just lost the hit counters from Matrata. But, alright, we'll see you in, what was that, round 1? I don't even remember. Yeah, we'll see you in round 2. Round 2, we'll play first. If our opponent's slow like they were in round 1, we can be on the draw. Again, this is a great hand, by the way. If I rip the Chamber Sentry, I think I'm fine just playing it for 2 mana, just because we've got a great curve here. This looks familiar. So is it Gorgon into Woodshaper or Patrol? My thinking is Patrol. Get that evasion going as early as possible. Knight of Autumn, that's a good draw too, jeez. But would we prefer the Gorgon? The Knight of Autumn has more versatility, but it's not going to be able to attack into a poisoner. But a Gorgon can, I guess. It's a better trade for them. But I think we play Gorgon. I'd like to keep my options open with this Knight of Autumn. A 4-3 against a Death Touch doesn't do much anyway. Barrier of Bones for days. It's a lot of hired poisoners. We'd probably just trade our Gorgon for a poisoner, I suppose. Makes our Knight of Autumn a bigger threat. Well, Chamber Sentry got a lot better. I'm still going to play the Parhelion Patrol. To me, it makes more sense. I guess it doesn't play around Disdainful Stroke, but so be it. Okay. Can it mentor itself eventually? No, I'm just kidding. That would be nice. Discovery. Okay. So I guess we'll just play a Woodshaper. I got rid of a Dark Blade agent. That's kind of interesting too, actually. So we'll play the Wood Shaper, see what we find. I wouldn't mind that Chamber Sentry now. Doesn't get better than now. Harpooner, definitely a good pickup. Wait, what are we putting on the bottom? Oh no. Sure symbol is gone, huh? Okay. So be it. At least we didn't miss. We may just play the Knight of Autumn here. We'll see. Oh, I guess we could have blown up the Deadweight, huh? I forgot about that. Oh, just a Doom Whisperer, huh? Jeez. My word. Let's see. I think it's probably time that we just kill that thing. So we go Knight of Autumn, blow up Deadweight, which I guess I could have done last turn and attacked. That might have been better. Wood Shaper was better use of mana, but I missed out on some damage. Guess I'm not 100% on that. So Harpooner becomes 4 power, and then I guess we burn a Take Heart to just kill that Doom Whisperer. Yeah, we're gonna 2-for-1 ourselves. Save the Might of the Masses. Worth. Definitely worth it. Actually worked out really well for us. Playing the Wood Shaper somehow ended up being a better play. Because I don't think it was a better play, but even though I accidentally did it, it did allow us to kill that Doom Whisperer, which is a pretty big deal. So here I guess we're just going to burn the Might of the Masses to hit the bats. Oh wait, I should have, no, I was going to say I should have, I may have wanted to do it, I guess I didn't want to do it pre-combat. If I do it pre-combat, I get to Mentor, but then they don't block with the bats, they just take the damage. So it was probably correct to not pre-combat it. That was a good draw. Capture Sphere is my guess. Good guess. So we still have, I believe, 4 multicolor spells remaining. The problem is one's on the bottom, so we really only have 3 multicolor spells remaining, but thankfully 3/3 is kind of the magic number right now on this board. So Crushing Canopy is looking very good. We've seen, yeah, in fact, we're bringing in a couple of Crushing Canopies. We see Capture Sphere, Deadweight, Bartizan Bats, and most importantly, Doom Whisperer. So, yeah, we may even bring in 3 Crushing Canopies, as crazy as that sounds. Hey, Chamber Sentry. Very, very exciting, powerful draw there. Capture Sphere number 2. Artful Takedown. Well, that one's way better against us. So we'll go ahead and play the Chamber Sentry here. Demir Locket. That was a good draw too. So we could use the Sentry to peck away at their barrier of bones, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're just getting in there. They can block our 2 things and take 4. We'll play a Gorgon. I'd rather save the Chamber Sentry for face burn or some other threat I need to deal with. I've played against the Lockets quite a few times. I'm still not really sold on them. Does anybody else have an opinion on the Lockets? Like I said, I've seen a lot of people play them, which tells me that at least a significant amount of the Guilds of Ravnica limited community thinks it's playable. I haven't even played it because I feel like I've never had an opportunity where a 23rd card was worse than that. So I don't know, take that as you will, I guess. I think we just continue to get in. Just cashing out Lockets left and right here, huh? Alright, well, they got us. Wish I had the mana to return you, my friend. Oh, Dawn of Hope. Could you ask for a better draw? I don't think so. Nice. Okay. So 8 mana. We could spit out 2 things. I think the play is just smash. I think that we could attack them or hit them, but let's just get the Necrolisk off the board here. Okay, fine. So the choice now is, do we want a lifelinker or do we want to draw a card? We probably want to draw a card. We overall have some pretty powerful stuff we can get. They're still trying to decide on their surveil, I'm guessing. So, like I said, I think for us it's probably better to... Oh, they put a Crawl Swarm in their graveyard. That makes sense. So we'll just draw a card. Oh, perfect. Could you ask for a better draw? Probably not. They're playing multiple Lockets too, which is crazy. So once again, we're going to be on the draw. if it comes to that, if we get the choice at some point. In the meantime, we're going to be just trying to... I feel as though we have this game. The Dawn of Hope is huge, and Blue-Black has no way to deal with that. Each one triggers separately, too. God, that is so insane. Alright, and we won't draw on the last one. And then we just go land go. Alright. So, hopefully they just play first. We're bringing all 3 Crushing Canopies because of Mythic, dude. They're all coming in. We saw Capture Sphere, we saw Deadweight, we saw Flyers, we saw... I mean, we have 4 targets at least. That's more than enough for me. Cuts, Take Heart can go. Pax Favor might go too. We might just substitute our tricks for... Yeah. And the Gird for Battle. Maybe we just... Yeah, maybe we just dump those things for awesome utility of Crushing Canopies. Because clearly a 6/6 Flying Trample Surveil 2, if you pay 2 life, needs to be dealt with, and immediately. So... anything else? I don't think so. Hitchclaw Recluse is pretty nasty against their bats, but doesn't do much against the 6/6, does it? Alright, I think I'm satisfied. It's a keep. They chose to play first too, which is good for us, because we would prefer to be on the draw. We're not beat down by any stretch, and we have a good late game plan. They have a good late game plan too, but ours is... honestly, I don't know whose is better. They have the better Mythic, but we've got plenty of answers for it. Land draw is going to be necessary. And the tough part is we kind of have all of our top end in hand. In fact, I think we have literal all of our top end. I guess I shouldn't have said that, because now we're going to draw Siege Worm. But 3 out of our 4 top end. Well, I can play that. Missing a land drop is not good, though. Alright. So, we were looking great, and now we're not. Guess we throw it at them. So I assume they're just going to follow up with a bat and put us away here, because just can't draw lands. I could have put a +1/+1 counter on it and made it indestructible, but then it's just a 1/1. It's a 1/1 with 3 counters on it, though? Is that even... I guess that's possible. I didn't even think about that. It could have been a 1/1 with 3... No. How does that... It's a 1/1 with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So yeah, I guess I could have removed the counters and killed the Necrolisk there. That might have been a pretty drastic, pretty bad error on my part, actually. I totally didn't think that I could have made it a 3/3 or a 1/1 with 3 +1/+1 counters on it that I could have removed to kill the Necrolisk. That was pretty costly, actually, in hindsight. They're just going to counter us all day, huh? That's too bad for us. Especially given that I could have killed that Necrolisk, like I said, if I had just pumped. Although, I guess, did they have counter magic? I'm not sure. No way. You got to be kidding me. Wow. That's actually incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I was not expecting that. I guess I could have been making 1/1s to attack back. I was kind of hoping to trade with the Necrolisk, though, but apparently that's impossible to do because my opponent is running 20 counter spells, I guess. So we can't play the Indrik, we can't play the Asymbol, we can play the Rosemane Centaur, they can give this Menace, which puts us in a tough spot. So, do I put up the lifelinker because gaining life is probably pretty important? I guess so. I guess the answer to that is yes. And I would have done it 3 turns ago had I known my opponent was going to go counter, counter, counter. Because who has counter, counter, counter? That is just crazy. Really didn't want them to have a follow-up play here. That was about the last one I wanted them to not have a follow-up play to. It was right there. So, need to rip a land and need to kill the Necrolisk right now. Didn't get it. So I guess we can at least attack, spit out a thing, and then Might of the Masses. Which at this point we have to do. I wish we could draw cards. Can't afford to at the moment. Pretty desperately need to resolve this Indrik before it's too late. Well, too late. I, Harpooner. Still can't play those 6-drops, can I? Guess we have to get in. And then we just play a Scout plus a Harpooner. Alright. Or maybe we just play another Lifelinker now that I think about it. Because if they play... Well, if they play a creature, I can double block, though. Alright, they had the creature they needed, unfortunately for us. Man, I made this game so much worse for myself. Well, like I said, they had 3 counters in hand, so even if I had assured my Chamber Sentry, which was the correct play, they would have been able to counter it. I don't think that they... Unless they didn't have the mana up. It's been too many turns now, I honestly can't remember. But I don't think that they could. Why? That 6th land is just killing me. Like, not even having a 3-drop here is just so killer. I guess we just get in and, I don't know, play the... Just hope they don't get another creature. And play the Wood Shaper, I guess. I mean, I could have assured there, but then I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to hit 4 lands here because I've been missing them the whole game. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. So, hopefully they don't hit a creature. Alright, so I guess they're going to get a symbol. But I'd rather them hit a Thought Erasure than a creature there and kill us. But now they're digging deeper for their creature too, which is a tough spot. Why didn't I just use Dawn of Hope? God, I cannot stop making mistakes. My head is not in the game. You ever have those days where you're just absolutely not making the right choice at all? This is one of those days. Well, that's actually a good rip. Let's make sure that we can resolve it first. Okay, now we can get in and draw. Still can't hit a land though. Just kind of blowing my mind, actually. I mean, I guess we did put 3 on the bottom now. We can afford to take 7 here, actually. So, uh, what's the play? We need to be able to play 2 creatures, which we currently can't do. So we get in, and what do we get in with? I guess we can only afford to get in with 2 things. And then we draw, and then we play a Parhelion Patrol. Okay. And we're planning on mentoring. Perfect draw. No draws. Wait. We only have 7 mana? Okay. Then I guess we do draw. Alright. Alright. Despite my mistakes, at least a couple huge ones, still managed to win on the back of Dawn of Hope, thankfully. So, alright, we'll see you in round 3. Round 3, we're keeping. We're going to play that Chamber Sentry, that's for sure. We'll take 2. We've got the Take Heart. It's a bunch of creatures coming, ideally. So, and we're getting some lifelinkers too. Alright, Generous Stray. Sure. So, we can crack back, which is nice. Might of the Mask is a good draw too. So let's get in there and play a Sworn Companions and pass. No attacks, no plays, no mana. That's a big deal. And we got the land we needed, which is pretty awesome. So we'll play a Patrol and pass. Okay. Whisper Agent, pretty good Undergrowth deck card. And they're playing Bug, okay. That's good to know. Burglar Rat. So we'll discard the Take Heart. Does work well with the Patrol. Sure. So 5th land is fine. We can play the Wood Shaper. Maybe even find our, well, yeah, actually, Centaur's a pretty stellar find. Sure. Oh, Century of Their Own, huh? Well, here's the good news. Ping that. Keeps us off Indrik this turn, but it's what we want to do. And then we'll get in with these two. And they're taking it. Okay. That's fair. We'll sandbag the land for now just in case they make us discard or something. I'm okay with that. I could might it. I'm not going to. Centipede. Okay. So, well, if I'd played the land, I still wouldn't have been able to Indrik plus Might because this is a tap land. But it looks as though the play is probably just attack with these two. And then Might to get a 2-for-1. They don't even want to do that, huh? Well, that's pretty interesting, actually. So we'll just go Indrik and eat the agent. So they found their blue. We don't need the guild gate for anything other than the chamber sentry, which is important to note. So now they could kill. No, they can't kill in response because they don't have the mana for that. So let's just get in with these two. See how they block. We've got a much better position here. So I feel, yeah, we probably just play the might. Wait, can I kill them? Very close, but no. So we'll keep our guy alive. Okay. They had the card they needed. That was a great draw. So they'll probably trade with the bats, and we can play a symbol here and be in pretty good shape again. They have to keep up 5 mana to be able to do Dissident. Okay, so they're not doing, which is fine. They're at 5, so let's say attack with everything. What's their best blocks? They can ping a soldier, they could block another soldier. I feel as though they certainly don't have good block for the elves, but can they even afford? The question is, can they afford? I think they can afford to block the soldiers still, even at 5 life. So we probably just get in with our elves here, our elves, rather. They can get their dissident pumped up, I suppose. And then they probably just ping a soldier, I'm guessing. No cards left in hand, which is good. And we just play a Gorgon and pass. Okay. So they're pretty close to, let's see, green, black, blue. They don't have white and red, but so they're one color away from no cards left in hand. If I attack with everything here, they block the knight, they take 3. The next turn they have to block the, I think we just get in with the Gorgon. Because if they don't draw something next turn, then they actually die. So that's actually fine. If they didn't block the Gorgon, they would have died next turn. But if I attacked with the knight, they would have just blocked it. So they did rip a card that they needed there, but it's not like an insane card for them by any stretch. So I'm okay with it. Knight of Autumn, nice. Guess we get in there and we'll play the Knight of Autumn and pump it up so it's lethal. All right. So, we want to be on the draw. We saw how many Bartesian bats? Jeez. And we saw, we're going to bring in our canopies here. Was there any other flyers? There wasn't. There were no other flyers. I don't think we're bringing in 3 crushing canopies. But I don't think a couple would hurt, would it? I don't mind killing their 4-drop with a 3-drop instant speed. To be honest, it's not amazing because do we really fear Bartesian bats that much? I don't feel like we do. We don't have a ton of ways. You know, honestly, it's probably better to do this. This is a much better bat answer. So we'll do 1 canopy, 1 recluse, and we'll cut the take heart and like a Pax Favor again. Just because I really do like the Gird for Battle. I think it's a good card. Especially in our deck with the Mentor. Okay, sounds good. We're going to keep this. This hand needs some help. But if we rip a Chamber Sentry, this hand's about as good as you could ask for. Alright, well, easy choice, I guess. That was a good draw. So we can go turn 3 Sworn Companions, turn 4 Siege Worm from my count. I forget what removal they showed us. They showed us Artful Takedown. Did they show us anything else? Did they have the Severed Strands too? I can't remember. Definitely taking 3 here. No play either. Man, that's pretty tempting to attack there then. But I think we're going to go Siege Worm. Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't attack. Kept a card on top. Uh-oh. Does that mean they have an answer? Ooh, that's a unbelievably good draw. So we go Dawn of Hope here. Attack with everything. They forgot about Trample. Love it. Beautiful. Good draw. Oh, for the Artful Takedown. I guess that makes sense. Okay. All right. One card left in hand. Good to know. Ooh, Might of the Mass is nice. So we go Patrol. And pass. And I guess we can do a defensive Might of the Masses here if we want. Utopia, sure. I see the dilemma. I think we just take it. Because if I block and do that, we need to use Might of the Masses offensively, so it makes more sense this way. Let's get in there. Yes, please. So we could technically pump it up to 5 if we want. That's a weird not block. Jeez. I mean, I like it, but that's weird. Very weird. Ooh, Chamber Sentry. Now that is a spicy, spicy draw. Okay. So they can get in for 8 at some point. I guess we have to be conscious of that. If we take 6, we go to 9. I do have to worry about the menace, don't I? About the Dennis the Menace. I think that we block. Alright, they had the thing. So they had the thing they needed for the thing to work. It was their last card, though, so I can live with that. We probably just kill their Swarm Guildmage, actually, now that I think about it. But first, well, no, we get in. So let's kill the Guildmage. Attack with the soldier, draw the card, make the soldier. All of that seems fine to me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can do it all. So we kill this. Get in. Draw. Make a soldier. Unless we draw something better. Like that, for example. Alright, well, ended up taking the draft, which is kind of cool. Dawn of Hope basically won us every match, I think. At least a game in every match, which is fantastic because the card is just absurdly strong. I'd totally forgotten that it triggers for each card that gains you life. You don't just gain life all at once. Apparently, you individually gain life. So this guy gained me life. This guy gained me life. Let's just keep drawing cards. So a lot of mistakes were made and still ended up getting a victory. That to me is a sign that your deck is very, very good. And I thought that our deck was. So I'm glad we could get there with it. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you for the next one.